Romans 12:2 encourages believers to not be conformed to the patterns of the world, but to be transformed by the renewing of their minds so that they can discern God's will. It emphasizes a shift in thinking from worldly values to a mindset aligned with God's purposes. This transformation allows individuals to understand and embrace what is good, pleasing, and perfect in God's sight. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. These powerful words from Romans 12:2 have always struck a chord with me. Think about it. In a world where we're constantly bombarded with messages telling us how to think, how to act, what to buy, and who to be, this ancient wisdom still rings true today. It's like a gentle reminder to step back and ask ourselves, are we just following the crowd, or are we truly thinking for ourselves? The verse isn't asking us to completely disconnect from society, but rather to maintain our unique identity while living in it. It's about having the courage to think differently, to question the status quo, and to let our minds be renewed with purpose and truth. Do not be conformed to this world. This highlights the idea of not adopting the values, behaviors, and customs of the world system that is opposed to God's ways, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. This emphasizes the need for an internal change, a transformation that occurs through a renewed way of thinking, aligning one's thoughts with God's truth and will, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. This explains the outcome of the transformation. When minds are renewed, individuals can discern and understand God's will, which is ultimately good, pleasing, and perfect. Romans 12, King James Version 12. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as God hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, 5. So we, being many, are one body in Christ, and every one members one of another. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith. 7. Or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching. 8. Or he that exhorteth on exhortation. He that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence. He that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. And let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil, cleave to that which is good. 10. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor preferring one another. 11. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. 12. Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. 13. Distributing to the necessity of saints, given to hospitality. 14. Bless them which persecute you, bless and curse not. 15. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. 16. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Therefore if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. 21. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. What is the full verse of Romans 12:2? Romans 12:2 reads, And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. In essence, this verse encourages believers to resist adopting the values and patterns of the world, and instead to be transformed by the renewing of their minds, leading them to discern and embrace God's will, which is good, acceptable, and perfect. Step 2. Recognize the source of self-focused and self-defeating thoughts. Step 3. Replace self-focused thinking with a God-focused mindset. Step 4. Rest in the truth that you are accepted in Jesus Christ.